Have you ever wondered why your body feels so heavy even when you haven't carried a single thing all day? It isn't just the weight of your years, it's the quiet echo of a soul that has been the pillar for everyone else for too long. Today, let's talk about that inner fatigue, the kind that sleep cannot fix, but understanding can heal. Your journey is a masterpiece that is still being painted. To receive more reflections on health and heart for the golden years, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What does inner peace mean to you at this stage of life? Let's inspire one another. The weight of an unseen burden. You wake up before the sun, yet your limbs feel as heavy as if you had carried stones through the night. It is not the miles you walked yesterday that ache, but the quiet gravity of a body that has served you for 60 years without a single day off. You wonder why the chair feels like a magnet and why the simple act of standing feels like climbing a mountain. This fatigue is a whisper from your history, a soft murmur in your bones that says, "I have carried much."
It is a mysterious exhaustion that coffee cannot cure and sleep cannot always reach. You are not lazy. You are simply carrying the weight of a lifetime in a vessel that is beginning to long for a gentler pace. Do not be unkind to yourself when your spirit feels dim before the clock strikes noon. This heaviness is the physical echo of every burden you've shouldered for others, the children raised, the careers built, and the worries weathered. Your body is a library of every storm you've survived, and sometimes the shell simply need a moment of stillness. Once a symphony of slamming doors and laughter has fallen into a rhythm of ticking clocks and humming appliances. This silence has a weight of its own, a subtle pressure on the chest that drains the color from your morning tea. You find yourself staring at old photographs, feeling a tiredness that stems from a heart that still has so much love to give, but fewer hands to hold. Loneliness is a thief that steals physical energy, disguising its emotional toll as bodily weakness. When the phone doesn't ring and the room stays still, the mind retreats, and the body follows, sinking into a lethargy born of a longing for connection. It is a quiet exhaustion that comes from the soul's hunger for a sense of purpose. Recognize that this fatigue is often emotional dehydration. Just as a plant wilts without water, the human spirit wilts without the vibration of shared words. Your tiredness isn't always a lack of vitamins. Sometimes it is simply the heavy echo of a house that has become too quiet for a heart as vibrant as yours. The fog of the fading horizon. There are moments when the mind feels like a landscape shrouded in mist, where names slip away like water through fingers, and the why of a task is forgotten halfway through. This mental fog creates a profound weariness, as the brain works twice as hard to navigate a world that used to be second nature. It is the exhaustion of trying to hold on to a self that feels like it's slowly shifting. You may feel a sudden sting of frustration when your hands don't move as fast as your thoughts, or when the energy to start a hobby feels like an impossible demand. This isn't just aging, it is the friction between your eternal spirit and your temporary frame. The struggle to reconcile who you are with what you can do is a tiring battle fought every single day. Understand that this fog is not an end, but a transition into a deeper kind of being. The fatigue you feel is the energy being redirected from the doing of life to the being of life. You are learning a new language, the language of the inner self. And like any new skill, it requires a patience that can feel utterly exhausting. The slowing river of vitality. Within your veins, the river of life, your blood and oxygen, now flows with the grace of a winding stream rather than a rushing torrent. Your cells, those tiny lanterns that have fueled your every dance and stride, are dimming their glow to conserve the oil of life. This is the biological Sabbath, a natural slowing down designed to protect the very heart that has beaten billions of times for you. The mitochondria, the engines of your youth, are now like vintage machinery. They require more care, more time to warm up, and a more refined fuel. This change is not a malfunction, but a masterful adaptation of nature to ensure you endure for many more sunsets. Your body is prioritizing the vital organs, leaving the periphery to rest in a state of quiet conservation.
When you feel that sudden dip in energy, remember that your body is being a wise steward of its remaining treasures. It is no longer interested in the frantic pace of the hunt. It is interested in the steady rhythm of the hearth. Embrace the slowing river. There is a beauty in the still water that the rapids could never understand. The echoes in the marrow. Your bones, once the unyielding pillars of your temple, have become porous and light, whispering the stories of the minerals they've surrendered to time. As the density fades, the muscles must work harder to stabilize the frame, creating a constant low-level tension that hums beneath your skin. This invisible labor is why you feel tired, even when you have done nothing but sit. The hormones that once signaled growth and repair are now singing a softer song of maintenance and reflection. The decline in these chemical messengers means that a day's effort requires 2 days of recovery. It is as if the architecture of your being is being remodeled into something more delicate, more ethereal, and more reliant on the spirit than the flesh. This thinning of the physical veil is a rite of passage.
As the marrow cools and the muscles soften, the body is teaching you to rely on the strength of your character rather than the strength of your grip. The fatigue is the price of the sacred renovation, turning a fortress of power into a sanctuary of peace. The sensory overload. For 60 years, your senses have been the windows to the world, but now the glass is thickening and the frames are weary. Your ears must strain to catch the nuance of a whisper, and your eyes must labor to sharpen the blurred edges of the evening news. This constant tuning of the senses is a massive drain on your central nervous system, leaving you depleted by dinner time. The brain is an exquisite processor, but in the golden years, it must filter out more noise to find the signal. Every conversation in a crowded room, every bright light, and every complex task demands a higher tax on your internal battery. You are exhausted because your mind is working overtime just to keep the world in focus. Accept that your senses are asking for a simpler, quieter environment. The fatigue is a signal to turn down the volume of the world so you can hear the music of your own thoughts.
By honoring this need for sensory rest, you allow your nervous system to reset, turning exhaustion to a peaceful, meditative calm. The path to renewal, the wisdom of the micro-movement. Do not look at the mountain, look at the step. In this season of life, your greatest ally is the micro-movement, the art of moving with intention rather than intensity. A gentle 5-minute stretch in the morning sun where you reach for the sky as if thanking the light can do more for your spirit than an hour of forced labor. Life hack: never stand up suddenly. Instead, sit on the edge of your bed, breathe deeply 3 times, and announce to your body that you are ready to move. This simple ritual prevents the dizzying drop in pressure and tells your nervous system that you are moving with grace, not urgency. It preserves the precious energy usually wasted on sudden shocks to the system. Incorporate walking meditation into your day, even if it's just from the kitchen to the porch. Feel the floor beneath your feet, notice the balance of your hips, and move as if you are painting the ground with your steps.
This mindful movement turns a chore into a restorative exercise, feeding your vitality instead of draining it. The hydration of the soul. Many of us live in a state of desert thirst without ever realizing it, as our bodies lose the ability to signal thirst as clearly as they once did. A glass of lukewarm water with a slice of lemon is not just a drink, it is a ritual of purification. It flushes the ash of metabolic waste from your system, clearing the mental fog that makes you feel so heavy. Carry a beautiful vessel of water with you throughout the day, treating it as your nectar of life. Sip slowly and frequently, visualizing the water plumpening your cells and lubricating the gears of your joints. When you feel a wave of fatigue, reach for the water before the sofa. Often, your body isn't tired, it is simply parched. Add a pinch of sea salt to your morning water to replenish the minerals that keep your internal electricity flowing. This small life hack ensures that your heart and nerves have the conductive power they need to keep you feeling vibrant. Water is the simplest medicine for a weary soul, clear, cool, and life-giving. The power of the high-protein morning. Your body is a masterpiece that requires specific building blocks to maintain its integrity, and in the silver years, protein is your best friend.
Instead of starting the day with heavy carbohydrates that lead to a sugar crash and midday naps, choose eggs, soft beans, or Greek yogurt. This provides a steady, slow-burning fire that keeps your energy level consistent until the sun reaches its peak. Think of your breakfast as the foundation stone of your day. By feeding your muscles the protein they crave, you reduce the physical strain of movement and keep your blood sugar stable. A stable body leads to a stable mind, protecting you from the emotional highs and lows that contribute to that deep sense of exhaustion. Life hack: eat your largest meal at midday when your digestive fires are strongest, and keep your evening meal light and early. This allows your body to focus on repairing itself during sleep rather than digesting, ensuring you wake up feeling refreshed rather than sluggish. Fuel your body like the treasure it is.
The sanctuary of the afternoon nap. There is no shame in the golden siesta. In fact, it is a strategic retreat for the wise. A 20-minute rest, not a deep sleep, but a quiet closing of the eyes, allows the brain to clear out the junk mail of the morning's stresses. It is a holy pause that resets your internal clock and gives you a second morning in the late afternoon. Set a gentle timer so you don't fall into a heavy slumber that leaves you groggy. Use this time to lie flat, allowing gravity to decompress your spine and let your heart rest without the struggle of pumping blood uphill. This is not giving in to age. It is practicing the art of sustainable living. Create a ritual around this rest: a soft blanket, a darkened room, and perhaps a scent of lavender. By making your rest intentional, you transform it from an act of weakness into an act of power. You return to the world with clearer eyes and a heart that is ready to engage with the evening's beauty. The shadows to avoid: the trap of the all-or-nothing mindset. Avoid the temptation to compare your current self to the version of you from 30 years ago. The "I used to be able to do this" internal dialogue is a poison that creates a paralysis of the spirit. When you measure yourself against a ghost, you will always feel lacking, and that feeling of inadequacy is the heaviest fatigue of all. Do not force yourself into grueling tasks just to prove you still have it. This leads to injury and a resentment of your own body. Instead, embrace the art of the moderate. It is better to walk 100 steps with joy than a mile with bitterness. Release the need to be the strong one for everyone else at the cost of your own health. Saying no to a demanding social event or a heavy chore is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of self-respect. Avoid the exhaustion of overcommitment. Your energy is a finite currency now. Spend it only on what truly matters. The poison of sedentary comfort. While rest is holy, rotting in a chair is a slow theft of your vitality. Avoid the lure of the television for hours on end, which numbs the mind and causes the muscles to atrophy into a state of permanent stiffness. The more you sit without purpose, the harder it becomes to ever stand again. Stagnant water turns foul, and so does a stagnant body. Avoid the habit of staying indoors for days at a time. The lack of natural light and fresh air disrupts your circadian rhythm, making your sleep shallow and your days a blur of exhaustion. Even a few minutes on a balcony can break the spell of lethargy. Be wary of the comfort trap, the softest chairs and the easiest paths. While they feel good in the moment, they steal the functional strength you need to stay independent. Choose a chair that requires a bit of effort to exit. Keep your body guessing and your muscles engaged. The cycle of worry energy. Avoid the what-if spiral, the endless rumination on health scares, financial shifts, or the lives of your adult children. Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. And it burns through your nervous energy faster than a marathon. It leaves you tired, wired, unable to rest even when your body is still. When you feel a worry taking root, name it and then release it to the universe. You have survived 60 years of what-ifs. Trust that the wisdom you've gathered is enough to handle whatever comes next. Avoid the news cycle if it leaves you feeling panicked and depleted. Protect your peace as if your life depends on it, because it does. Limit your time with energy vampires, people who only speak of ailments and grievances. While empathy is a virtue, drowning in the negativity of others will sap your own strength.
Seek the company of those who laugh, who dream, and who find beauty in the small things. The deception of old age food. Avoid the habit of eating convenience foods, sugary biscuits, processed breads, and instant meals just because cooking feels like a chore. These foods are empty promises. They give a momentary spike of energy, followed by a long, dark valley of fatigue and inflammation. They weigh down your digestion and cloud your thinking. Be careful with excessive caffeine and alcohol. While a morning cup or an evening glass can be a delight, using them as crutches to wake up or wind down creates a chemical roller coaster that your mature system can no longer handle smoothly. They dehydrate your tissues and steal the deep, restorative REM sleep you desperately need. Avoid the boredom snack. Often, when we are tired or lonely, we reach for food to fill the gap. This leads to weight gain that puts even more strain on your heart and knees. Eat with intention, eat with color, and eat to nourish the temple, not just to pass the time. The rituals of self-care. The alchemy of the warm soak. Once a day, or as often as your heart desires, submerge yourself in the healing embrace of warm water. Add 2 cups of Epsom salts, magnesium, to your bath. This mineral is absorbed through the skin, quieting restless legs and melting the tension from overworked muscles. It is a liquid hug for your nervous system. While you soak, practice the breath of life. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. This long exhale signals to your brain that the war is over and it is safe to relax. The warmth of the water increases circulation to your extremities, bringing fresh life to toes and fingers that often feel cold or numb. If a bath is too much, a warm foot soak while listening to soft music can be just as transformative. Use this time to thank your feet for the thousands of miles they've carried you.
This ritual turns hygiene into a sacred ceremony of gratitude, leaving you feeling light and spiritually refreshed. The sun's golden kiss. Every morning, before the heat of the day becomes harsh, spend 10 minutes in the direct light of the sun. Allow the light to touch your face and the backs of your hands. This is the most direct way to recharge your internal battery, as the sun triggers the production of vitamin D and serotonin, the chemicals of joy and bone strength. Nature is a powerful healer. If you can, walk barefoot on a patch of grass, grounding. This ancient practice helps discharge the static of stress from your body and reconnects your rhythm to the Earth's natural frequency. It sounds simple, but the feeling of the earth beneath you is a profound cure for the floating anxiety of aging. Plant something, even if it's just an herb in a pot on the windowsill. The act of tending to another living thing, of touching soil and watching a leaf unfurl, gives you a reason to move and a sense of neededness. It connects your personal timeline to the eternal cycle of growth.
The healing power of ginger and turmeric. Nature has provided us with a golden duo for the aches of the senior years. Create a daily tonic. Simmer fresh ginger slices and a teaspoon of turmeric in hot water, adding a dash of black pepper and honey. Ginger warms the digestion and eases nausea, while turmeric is a powerful warrior against the inflammation that causes joint pain and brain fog. This tonic is not just a drink, it is an internal oil change. It thins the sluggishness in your blood and soothes the fire in your knees and hips. Drink it slowly in the afternoon when that 3 p.m. slump hits. It provides a natural lift without the jitters of caffeine. Incorporate these spices into your cooking as well. Treat your kitchen as your pharmacy. When you prepare your food with these healing roots, you are taking an active, joyful role in your own health. It is a way of saying to your body, I am listening and I am caring for you. The sunset of grace, the acceptance of the ebb and flow. Life at 60 and beyond is not a decline, it is a change of tides. Some days the tide will be high and you will feel the energy to clean the whole house or walk through the park. Other days, the tide will be low, leaving you on the shore of your bed. Both are natural and both are necessary. The fatigue you feel is often just the soul's way of asking for a deeper quality of attention. It is an invitation to stop rushing toward a future that is already here and to start savoring the present. When you stop fighting the low tide days, the exhaustion loses its sting and becomes a quiet, peaceful rest. You have done enough. You have been enough. Let the conclusion of your day be a summing up of graces, not a list of chores left undone. Your value is no longer measured by your productivity, but by the depth of your presence and the kindness in your eyes. The legacy of the peaceful heart. The greatest gift you can give your children and grandchildren is not your labor, but your peace. When you manage your health and energy with grace, you show them that aging is not something to be feared, but a masterpiece to be completed. Your tiredness is actually a softening, a way of becoming more transparent to the light of the spirit. Every time you choose a healthy meal, a gentle walk, or a moment of meditation, you are building a legacy of self-respect. You're teaching the next generation how to honor the temple of the body. Your health is the foundation upon which your wisdom sits. Keep it stable so your words can carry weight. Be proud of the silver in your hair and the lines on your face. They are the medals of a long and meaningful campaign. Wear your fatigue like a well-earned rest after a beautiful dance. You are a survivor, a storyteller, and a bridge between the past and the future. The invitation to tomorrow. Tonight, as you lay your head down, release the day completely. Let the fatigue wash over you like a warm blanket, knowing that sleep is the great renewer. Tomorrow is a fresh canvas, a new opportunity to breathe, to love, and to move with the wisdom of a soul that has seen the sunrise 20,000 times. Do not fear the slowing down. The most beautiful music often happens in the slowest movements of a symphony. You are in the adagio of your life, the part with the most soul, the most feeling, and the most profound beauty. Listen to the silence, for that is where the truth resides. Wake up tomorrow and say yes to one small thing: a flower, a cup of tea, a phone call. That yes is the spark that keeps the fire of life burning. You are still here, you are still needed, and you are deeply, deeply loved. Rest now, for the morning brings a new light.